Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome. Streaming at a bit of a strange time, and not going to be streaming for too long, but still staying true to my goal at least, which is to stream every single day of December. They're not all going to be, super long streams. They're not all going to be at the same time or anything like that, of course. But as long as I fit one in every day, we're Gucci. I think we have about an hour and a half, right around there, assuming that everybody is like on time to play Baldur's Gate. Then we have about an hour and a half to play some Outer Worlds 2, which we are desperately needing to finish up. As I talked about at the end of yesterday's stream, I kind of gave a laundry list of games that I want to try and get through throughout December. And first and foremost, we need to finish this one. So, last time we left off, we were talking to, or about to talk to the representative for the Order.
The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Cultist.
The hell?
Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict.
Well, you don't know the homies then, because that's actually looking pretty... Oh shit, that's right, I'm timed.
Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you.
I forgot.
Very well, head on in. But behave yourselves. The garden is something of a fragile ecosystem.
Alrighty. Hello, Gage. Everything's good, I think you could say. Yeah, I think everything is good. Actually, things are great. No complaints, other than the fact that I went to sleep late last night. I ended up going to sleep at like 2:30 a.m. Kept running it back on deadlock because we didn't want to end on a loss. Had to be playing till like 2:30, and then I had to get up just a few hours later because I worked this morning, obviously. So I'm a bit tired. I didn't take a nap or anything.
Ah, Agent, I have a message for you.
A bit eepy, but that's all. Not the fucking happy poop. God damn it. Never mind. Everything is terrible.
Cultist.
A cultist and her extremely sharp knife. Shall I introduce you?
No, that won't be necessary. Where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right.
Led to believe that Vicar Alden was also to be expecting me. Can you check me where he is? Artificial Laureate sounds important. Can you tell me about her? You said the presiding bishop indisposed. Is she sick?
Oh, yes.
I don't even have time to read them all.
To direct you to him. How positively
Fucking foot and mouth syndrome.
He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress.
All very respectable goals. The order should be commended for its foresight. I'm impressed you managed to say all of that with a giant silver spoon in your mouth.
And you for recognizing such quality of vision. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
The order would literally go insane. I would cause all of these people to kill themselves on the spot if they watched any of my playthroughs of a game. They're like, okay, this section should take about 7 minutes and 42 seconds. And then they'd watch my playthrough. I'd get distracted. And they're like, you took 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 7 seconds. What is wrong with you? This is not optimal at all.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, there's something awry going in. I don't know if I'm imagining this or not because I have zero memory, but did I come into the stream last night? I think so. Yeah, a little bit. They said you aren't going to play Where Wins Me, but it might be the most batshit insane game of all time. Really? Everything I've seen from it just seems like Chinese slop. I've seen like some of the boss fights and they struck me as like Chinese slop. Uh-oh. I saw the customization and like Gooner bait and stuff. I was like, yeah, that's gotcha slop. Like...
Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today?
I saw the fucking $40,000 ship or whatever after someone mentioned it in chat. I looked into it. I was like, dude, what's that?
Strength?
Strong as you can make it. I want to see the architect.
Good choice. I take mine the same. Here you are. And don't worry yourself over payment. First one's complimentary. I haven't spied you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered.
Yes, as a matter of fact, but I'm still getting the lay of the
I
land.
see. And what lucky department have you been apportioned to? Surely it must be one of the big three.
I tried out predictive analysis. Turns out I'm more suited to applied scientism.
That would account for the personal arsenal. You know, I'm actually nearing the end of my shift. If you're amenable to continuing our chat somewhere more private, I think we could both benefit. Right this way.
I was literally gonna say I would definitely fuck a chick like this, bro. Barista? I mean, she knows coffee. I love coffee. W. And she's dressed like me. She's you know, getting paid to dress like me, but still, yo. Wood. I feel like I'm about to get knocked out and my organs are going to be harvested though, because if there's any one red flag in a woman, okay, it's this. She's interested in me. Boom, red flag. Sorry. There's got to be something wrong with you. If you're interested in me and I haven't done anything to woo you, yeah, there's something wrong.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous.
You want me to run drugs? You want my organs? If you're planning to kill me, just know that it's going to go badly for you. All this cloak and dagger stuff has certainly piqued my interest.
Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little further, shall I?
Oh,
I have adequate
baby.
reason to believe
I'd like to
the
wet
Order is
something.
conducting
Huh?
a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden.
She's not into me! I knew it. I knew it. It's all right. The red flag's gone now. She wants something out of me.
put down your proverbial hand once you hear the specifics. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden.
I just got activated like a sleeper agent when she said pharmacology, because that's literally one of the classes I'm taking right now. I just... pharmacology! Oh! I have nightmares about that shit.
I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough.
She wants you. If only. We need to tell people. Why would the Order want to do this? What's the partial effect feel like?
Depends on your definition of harm. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance.
Oh, we talking about making money. Okay, I'm in now. Are you a spy? If you're here to make me an offer, you better get to it quickly.
I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands
Sub
on a sample
Rosa?
of this drug. Interested?
You're with Sub Rosa, aren't you?
So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident
I hate that this was the first person I talked to, because I'm just... I'm a simp and I'm into coffee. God, I took the bait like such a chump. Something worth investigating, count me in. What happens if I hand over the sample? You don't really care about what's happening here, do you? It's all about money.
All you need to do is
Count me
enter
in.
water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises.
Do you know how many people I've robbed?
If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood?
Aye, aye, ma'am. The drug is in the water supply. Can't you get it from there? Anything else you could do to help me with the task? Anything else you could do?
Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier.
I don't know. All I know is you're making something a little harder right now.
And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win.
I resurrected the dead with a flute, fought a demon horse, shamed a player in a parade for committing crimes, ran naked through the streets chanting his training, and became king of the geese. So you're playing a mobile game ad. I could see almost every one of those things showing up as one of those fucking fake mobile game ads. What in the shit pose? That's so funny. Her arms are probably tired from pumping all day. That's fine. She could use her mouth. What? What? Got up, typed in stream. I don't know if any of it made sense. I also ate uncooked chocolate waffles. Isn't an uncooked waffle just waffle batter? So you just ate batter. Which, listen, if we know anything about Kenzie, so she has no problem eating baby batter. So I'm really not surprised. Got him. A monocle. Interesting. She has a whole lot of nothing. I'll buy this. I don't know what it's used for. I'm fucking rich. In-game. 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 Rich in-game. So everybody's drugged up because there's something in the water, right?
What a lamentable state of affairs.
Why do you talk like that?
I remember the days when Laplace's garden lived up to its estimable purpose. Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even the lights above our heads have winked out like stars taken down from the sky.
Wow. Deep. Been having a difficult time. There's a war going on. You're upset if your lights aren't working. You should try focusing on the good. It's practically perfect.
Imagine if your life depended on a surgeon who was practically perfect. Such a qualifier might dilute your confidence then, hmm?
No.
Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan is good. The shadow of ignorance cannot withstand its light.
Wow. Okay, I'll fix the fucking lights. What's up?
Oh, I couldn't say. This isn't my college, as it were. I'm a vicar. I tend to
what?
people's philosophical needs and leave the management of the garden to others.
Why don't you fix the lights, bitch?
And purloin from you such a perfect opportunity to serve the plan? I wouldn't dare cogitate on it. Besides, I don't know the first thing about such repairs. Why, I'd be more apt to electrocute myself than anything else.
Wouldn't that be a shame? That's why I suggested it.
What a nasty creature you are. Return to me when you've mastered your baser instincts and have acquired the skills to be of some use.
Well.
As the lights are still off, it would appear we have nothing to discuss.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
A proper apology is usually accompanied by action. You already know what shape redemption should take. I need say no more.
You're so right. I know exactly what shape redemption should take. You fucking bitch.
Commander, if I know one thing for certain, murdering members of the Order isn't my role within the grand plan.
Are you sure about that? Went to bed as normal, woke up, but I did stuff while I was asleep.
What
Yeah, I don't know.
State of affairs.
You didn't really say
I
much,
was not
Gunzi.
looking at it.
Not that I
The
remember, at
fountain,
least.
Nevertheless, one... Oh, I couldn't... And besides, I don't know the first thing about such through...
I don't know. Maybe somebody in chat remembers better, but I don't really remember you saying anything that stuck out. But at the same time, I was playing games with the boys that stream, so... Did someone just die? I was playing games with the boys, so... I'm not as good at reading chat, especially when I'm playing, like, competitive games. But yeah, I don't really remember you saying anything noteworthy.
For pity's sake, is it the pump? Or industrial science is mostly theory, they said. You won't have to put your knowledge into practice for years, they said. Now the fountain's broken and I can't... Useless. I'm useless.
A little overly fretful, maybe.
Am I fretting? No. No one in the garden frets. Why would they? Well, there was Roberto. But then he was assigned to the delegation and... Should have been back by now, actually.
I don't think he's coming back.
I should have theorized as much. No one who leaves the garden returns. But I can't afford to let myself be distracted by speculation right now. We had an avalanche recently, not far from the dome. One of these fountains stopped working around the same time. Stands to reason something must have been jostled loose. I recently placed into the industrial sciences, so I've been entrusted to fix the issue. But I've never had to put my knowledge into application before. It's not going well.
Might be able to help you out. Can you point me in the direction of the problem?
You must be an agent of the architect.
No.
The panel here controls the intake.
Just a guy
and
that
outtake
wants some
from the
XP.
fountains. I'd
Wait,
start
I'm
there.
max level. Wait, I'm max level. I don't even need to be doing side quests. You see that? I hit it with the little snap. My replies are delayed. Your Wi-Fi is so bad right now.
The architect. I hear water running. Come see, it's beautiful.
Wow, that's great. That's definitely water.
I'd provide compensation, but isn't the garden's beautification a reward in and of itself?
Right. Tell that beautification the same thing that I told spiritual wealth, okay? It's not paying the fucking rent now, is it? You guys ever realize it's always the broke people saying that money doesn't matter? Or the really rich people saying money doesn't matter? You ever realize that? Never just people in the middle. I've never heard a person in the middle say that. It's always like copium if you're really poor. Right? And you're like, but we're like what my family used to always say. I don't know if your guys' family ever used to say this, but my family used to always say, we might be poor financially, but we're rich in love. That's what my family would always say to cheer us up when we couldn't get stuff or whatever. They're like, we're rich in love. Like, well, that's nice and all. Bald, but love. Only give me the new Call of Duty. Mother.
Smart researchers patronize the scientician's surplus. Quality goods at algorithmically determined prices.
God, Aura has such bangers. Booze in my... I really was playing with fire opening that. Yeah, but it's always either like poor people huffing copium, being like, no, we're rich in love, you know, the money doesn't matter. Money doesn't make us happy or whatever. Or it's really rich people that are really rich. And they're like, oh, yeah, money isn't the key to happiness. No one in the middle is saying that shit. I'm telling you.
A lot of space for refugees here. Guess
No
the Order was more
refugees.
concerned with the idea of helping people than actually doing anything about it.
Based? Extremely based take? Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Nom nom. Adrena time. Uh-oh, druggies. Money makes me pretty happy. How else could I show loyalty to billion-dollar corporations? True. Yes, exactly. Capitalism. We love multi-billion or trillion-dollar megacorps. Yippee! I was recently made aware of a not oft used complaint box. How quaint. In truth, I have no complaints, only one particular quandary. Some of my neighbors were reassigned recently, yet no one has come to take their place. Where have they gone, and why do their quarters remain empty? Would it not be more appropriate to fill these dormitories with more inquiring minds? Laplace's gardens remains as beautiful as ever, but it can feel a bit isolating at times. Anyway, thank you for listening. Track that guy down. Fucking kill that guy. Beat him to death with hammers. He's questioning. He's asking questions. We can't have that. He's got my hairline. Look at that. Look at that. That's my hairline in a nutshell right there. Beautiful. Good to see some representation. Finally. Finally, some representation. All these hot guys. Pissing me off. You know what they really need,
about the
though?
flowers fair.
Exposing them to melodic sound waves on a consistent basis did affect improvements.
They really need a character with an insane jawline. Then I'd really have my boomer jawline. You know what? I'm dedicating that mog just to you, Kenzie. Get fucking mogged. Some losers out there are saying Nvidia doesn't deserve loyalty. To that I say they're too poor to afford a 5090. Yeah, so true. So true, brother.
Every day treating the same strains and abrasions. My tenure for a multifactorial disorder.
That's hilarious. I've seen a hairline that bad since Jackie in Cyberpunk. Well, just wait. Just wait until I no longer have bangs covering mine. Hit you in the fucking face like a roundhouse kick.
The operating theater is not conducting viewing dissections at this time. That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer, just to be clear.
Wasn't going to, but alright. You discourage intellectual curiosity, for shame.
There is curiosity and there is recklessness. I've learned not to trust the younger, more inexperienced members of our order to know the difference. But I trust you are here for a reason other than to discuss scalpel-happy novices.
I've heard rumors of a drug in Laplace's garden. Water supply, know anything about it?
Obviously. Do you think we drink unfiltered snow melt? I'm quite sure I have no knowledge of what you're talking about. Are you feeling all right? Paranoia can be an early symptom of several more serious diseases. Apologies. I have so little that meets the threshold of my expertise. But I should not be projecting my wish for a challenge onto a patient.
Yeah, that's fucked
Let's
up,
forget
dude.
this conversation. Is there anything else I can assist you with? That is best answered through observation.
I see everybody sharing their Spotify rewind, right? I want to see everyone's YouTube rewind, cause that tells me a lot more about you than what you're listening to. You know, what are you watching? I took a look at mine, and honestly, it was kind of boring. It was just like tech videos, and I think it was literally just tech videos and like relaxation ASMR videos. And that was it. Some gaming stuff in there. And for some reason, it gave me the award, because it like gives you an award at the end. And it was like, you get the award for most likely to upgrade their gaming rig. And I was like, okay, I mean, that's kind of valid. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably accurate. Not gonna lie, but like, kind of fucking lame. You haven't gotten it? Really? Mine's gonna be a ton of 13th century Czech history and tech videos. Yeah, mine was just tech videos, a little bit of gaming, like barely any gaming, and a bunch of shit about like relaxation, rain sounds, you know, ASMR, that type of jazz. Nothing cool, but I just want to see like what other results are. you know? I'm curious how much variability is actually there. Gaming content got boring. It's all 100 days in this game or that game. I mean, the only gaming content I really watch is if I'm getting into a game, like advice or like gameplay from really high level people so I can learn and like get better, or like informational video type stuff. And that's kind of it. If I'm really interested in something and I want to like know how people are receiving it, I might watch a couple reviews for it though.
Agent, over here.
Wow, I love your glasses.
Ah,
how did they
there
stay
you are.
put?
I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations.
Magnets?
With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember,
So true.
seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging.
Will it be kid stuff, streams, and maybe gaming? I don't know. I think it's interesting to see like what people watch, because people's algorithms are so different. Like whenever Oscar is streaming his screen on the Discord and he goes to his YouTube, it is like completely different than mine. It is like not even remotely similar to my algorithm. And my dad's is like the exact same. Like whenever I see my dad's YouTube, it is like entirely unique. It's really interesting because I think a lot of the times we can get in these bubbles of like thinking, oh yeah, everyone is seeing this, right? Oh yeah, did you see that thing? Everybody is seeing this thing. And it's like, we don't really notice how curated what we view is. And so stuff that you're seeing, other people, it will literally never come into their algorithm unless they manually search it out, you know? And I think by having these hyper curated, based on all sorts of algorithms, right? Like things that are shown to you, it almost creates an altered sense of reality on a person-to-person basis, which I think is really fascinating. How people will be like, oh yeah, you know this show. And I'm like, no, I don't know that show. And they're like, what do you mean you don't know that show? Everyone knows that show. It's like the biggest show. I don't watch shows. Because I don't watch shows, and no shows show up in my algorithm. You know, I don't have any TV content in my fucking algorithm. What? But it's full of who knows, clips, fucking Sopranos clips or whatever, and it's like mine's not. I don't know what. Like, that's you, man.
I don't know who you are. But if you thought it wise to bring a cultist into the heart of Order territory, you are deeply foolish. I have not the slightest theory
I like her
as to how you
earrings.
bypassed our guards. But if it was through violence, be assured, it will be returned exponentially.
Relax.
Explain. Now. Whatever your circumstance, words alone will not gain my trust. And if you do not gain my trust, you shall not gain that of the Order, which I expect is what you desire. There is a cultist-centric issue the Order needs resolved. I suspect you are capable of doing such. If you are
Gaming
not,
and people
I
getting
cannot trust
shot.
you, and certainly cannot allow you to see Ruth.
If these cultists are suffering the same affliction of being traitorous curs as the others seem to be, then I look forward to killing them.
My task is this. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton,
Sopranos
which is a
stuff.
nearby site of historical but not strategic
Do
significance.
I have one on this
I want them
account?
gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive.
Yeah, I
but it was
do.
destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there.
Wait, I have one on my personal account. You guys don't have this? If you go to like the bottom right on the app, there's a thing right here that says YouTube Rewind. I even have it for my personal account. Let's see. I don't really know how you guys... I don't think you guys can really see. Not really a way to show you this. Let's hit play on the story of your year. This year you explored many things. Playing new games, exploring game updates, watching gaming reactions, calming sounds for sleep, different game genres. I watched 63 channels. Yeah, I don't use this account really for much. There was one channel you showed up for. Me. Because I moderate on here. Wait, what did that last one say? You match nicely with one personality type. The Wonder Seeker. This is 18% of people. This is what I got. This is what Fishing got as well. He posted it in the Discord. If you guys have these, post them in the Discord. I just saw Dill posted it on the Discord as well. Early 2025, I focused on gaming. Okay, sure. Mid, I explored tech trends. And late, I relaxed with ASMR. When it came to games, you were all in. KCD 2, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yota. Okay, this is literally just my streams. Expedition 33, the first Berserker. My YouTube award. You're most likely to be the first one to try the newest game and share your thoughts. Well, that one's kind of accurate as well. It's kind of lame, though. Share your thoughts with the world. Wow. It's a hate crime taking back my YouTube Premium. Yeah, let me open the one on my actual account that I use all the time. Because this one goes it's gone! It's fucking gone! Well, never mind. Never mind. Womp womp. I looked at it earlier today. I guess it's just gone once you use it. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, it was basically the same as that one, just like way higher numbers, right? Like that one was like 63 YouTube channels. I think on mine, it was like 7,000 YouTube channels or something. Like it was something absurd, bro. Which means it probably just counts shorts, right? It counts like every single channel you're seeing through shorts, because there's no way I watched 7,000 fucking videos, you know? That would just be insane. Yeah, I just saw it, Bill. Top 0.1%. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm assuming they'll send out an email version of it, right? Like Spotify does and like Steam does. Everyone else that does the rewind thing, they usually send out like an email as well. The Steam one is the one that I always like to look at. I don't really care too much about the Spotify one. The YouTube one is new. It's neat. But I like the Steam one. I like to see the games I played and stuff.
Today is your lucky day. The Dawn and Newton have been dealt with by us. Care to hear all the bloody particulars?
Screaming for their lives until we slit their throats part.
Of course. How could you think otherwise? That was the best part.
You saw a problem and followed your own methods to solve it. I can admire that. Here's something for your trouble. If you removed Newton's unsightly blemish, I believe you may be trustworthy. I have reasoned something predicted has come to pass.
Guessing I'm also in 0.1%. Honestly, if you're in this stream right now, you're probably in the 0.1% because this year we had, I mean, I haven't looked at the number in a while, but we've had like well over 2 or 3 million unique viewers on the channel this year. So I'm guessing it's like when it's talking about that, it's probably taking every unique viewer that channel has had, right? Which the vast majority of them have probably only seen like one video. And then it's comparing you to them. So like if you even watch like a few videos at all, you're in like 0.1% most likely, right?
If you believe solving the universe's greatest mysteries is busy work, then I suppose this is. One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it.
Yeah, I think this year we got like 5 million views total and like 3 or 4 million unique viewers. I know YouTube sent out a thing.
The web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a back door in the web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. We did not foresee certain protectorate modifications, but let's not speak of that. Find a way past the protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely.
Yeah, Kenzie is probably like 0.00001%, you know?
Only theoretically. The protectorate guarding the site will be anything but welcoming. You'd likely need to find something, or someone, to wrest their attention away from you. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Some of our scholars find answers to their solutions at the CAF integration point. Perhaps you might do the same. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here.
That's a funny
May the
name.
odds prevail against your bloody demise.
Oh, wow, thanks. It's nice of you. Talk Auntie's choice or the order into helping. You agreed to take on the work. Alternate way to deal with protectorate forces. Find someone with connections at the CAF integration point who can help you get past the protectorate forces on Paradise Island through non-violent means. No, I think I'm just gonna go kill them. Right? I mean, they're the protectorate. I'm okay with killing the protectorate. That's no big deal. They're like not even people to me. They're like just lesser beings.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how pleased are you with the garden in its current state? Please, try to capture your exact satisfaction.
Non-violent? Is that even a thing? Like, I'll do non-violent for Auntie's choice and the order. But when it comes down to the cultists and when it comes down to the protectorate, I mean, I'm just killing those dudes. Are you kidding me? I'm killing those dudes. Where's my ship? Gotta go back to Paradise Island. When I'm not active, I'm here. I'm like putting my phone down and leave the stream running as background noise or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I think anybody that's probably seen like even over... If you've even seen like 10 videos or streams, then you're probably in the like 1% territory. Like just... If it works the way that I assume it does work. Right? Which is taking the total amount of unique viewers on the channel and comparing you to them. Because, like, while I got a lot of views, this, we'll bring Tristan, just because it might be funny. While I got a lot of views this year, like, the vast majority of them were just, like, people doom scrolling by, right? Like, not actually, like, really watching the content at all. Where are these guys at? Oh, yeah, I need to bring the chick for that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I need to do that. I'm gonna have to grab Inez for that. Yo. But yeah, it's been a good year for the channel, honestly. Been, like, very successful. Of course, like, part of me does have the point where it's like, man, what would the channel have been like, you know? Like, how high could I have pumped those numbers up if I just, like, kept maximizing, right? Like, when a game was popping off, just stick with that game as long as possible, you know? Really just farm it out. Like, I feel pretty confident that if I did that, I probably could have hit, like, at least 18k, if not 20k. I feel like if I really, like, wanted to grind it out, I could have hit 20k this year. Subs. But, dude, then I would have had so many hours in Stalker 2 and wanted to die. Would have been awful. Can you imagine playing fucking Stalker 2? Like, just being a Stalker 2 channel. Oh, God. Alright, so that guy is just singing after I blew his head off of his body. Honestly, kind of impressive. Still going on this game. Game is long, man. Game is very long. But yeah, we've been playing Arc Raiders and stuff like that with the boys, kind of sprinkling in some other stuff. You know? Tried out the new Call of Duty. We've been trying out a lot of different games. So I was getting bored after like 10 hours of Stalker 2. Those streams attracted some interesting people like Bert. I mean, I think just the truth of the matter is if any stream is doing those types of numbers, there's gonna be a lot of weird people, right? If you're doing those types of numbers, if you're getting like 100,000 unique users each stream, and it's like just like people doom scrolling and stuff like that, you're just gonna have a lot of weirdos. Honestly, I think the Stalker people were a lot more tolerable than the Dragon Age Veilguard people. The Dragon Age Veilguard people were fucking terrible. Ugh. But yeah, we have, how many hours do we have? We almost have 3 days of playtime in the game. We're kind of rounding out the story though. I think we're on the last planet for what we're doing for the main quest line, which is nice. What am I supposed to be finding here other than this? Oh, I'm just supposed to interact with it. There we go. Yeah, Gamma is like a bunch of mods. It's basically just like a big old mod pack like you would download for Fallout or something like that.
Have an update about that personal matter. You know, the one that might end the universe.
Oh yeah, I
The
remember
other
it.
universe-ending thing.
Right, right.
Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity. I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. Inquire away. I may even respond. Oh, I am a dedicated member of the Order. Beyond that, there's really little you or anyone need to hear about. Consider yourself lucky. You already know more about me than anyone else I've met in the last 20-odd years. Information free of context can be off-putting, confusing, dangerous even, if misjudged. I mentioned before I was part of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. My role there, you may recall, was head intercessor. I was tasked to influence pivotal events, to keep the solving of the equation on track. Something occurred. I needed to step off the board a while. To put it mildly, after the incident in question, seeking refuge seemed prudent. Dorado appealed to me because it was off the board but not completely remote. There I could lie low.
Yeah,
for a
Stalker
time,
Gamma is never
observe.
interested in me.
So I believed. Our department was shuttered.
It's like,
shortly
hey,
after Ruth
do
Passat.
you want Stalker, a series that has extremely interesting world and a very finely curated experience through the story and the pacing? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, now do you want to take that game and just completely ruin the pacing and just make it like a big open world generic survival shooter? No, not really. All right, well, great. That's Stalker Gamma. It's like, it just completely ruins the appeal of Stalker for me. Like the cool thing, the reason why I loved Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl is that Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl has such a like wonderful layer of mystery that you're unsolving as you're getting closer and closer to the center of the zone, and you're just finding tidbits here, tidbits there, right? And the pacing is fantastic. The gear progression is fantastic as well, where you're starting off with a shitty PM pistol that makes you want to kill yourself because you can't hit anything unless you're inside of them. And then by the end of the game, you have a rail gun that's one-shotting everything across the screen, you know, across the entire map. It's like, and then it has a massive twist at the end that is like super interesting and crazy and cool. That's basically like crazy Illuminati, alternate dimension insanity, right? And then it's like people liked the world and they were like, what if we just go and we make it a generic open world survival game? And we ruin all the pacing of the story. We ruin all the pacing of the gear progression and stuff like that. And it's just like, it just doesn't, I don't know. It's never been something that interested me. Whenever anybody's like, hey, you want to play this open world survival game? I'm like, no. No, I don't want to at all. Like I want my 20-hour experience that is highly curated, super fascinating, extremely well paced, and is a wonderful like apocalyptic survival shooter with some like, you know, a little baby bit of RPG elements, because there are like different endings and stuff like that. You know. Yeah, that's why I love Metro. Exactly. And like Stalker is at its best when it feels like Metro. For me. Like, some people don't like Metro because they're linear games. I highly disagree. I think that I would much rather have a Metro super curated, well-paced story and enjoyable experience than have a Stalker Call of Pripyat, where it's just like open world, super generic, not nearly as exciting. Stalker 2 is like, the thing with Stalker 2 is, one, it's not hardcore at all. Like their version of hard difficulty is like just enemies shooting you through walls and like just one-shotting you, and it's not very fun. And like paying $9 quadrillion to repair your gear, a lot of that stuff I'm sure has been fixed, right? This is all just from playing it at launch. But like at the very least, Stalker 2 still had the different factions, and it still had like a little bit of elaboration on the lore and those factions interacting with one another and kind of like making decisions based on the faction that you believe in. So it had like a little bit of that. And the gear progression was all right in the game. It was fine. You could definitely get some shit early on in the game that would just like was insanely good the whole game. But for the most part, it was like the gear progression was pretty good. The side content in the game was not nearly as interesting as like Shadow of Chernobyl or something though. So yeah, I think it's just really for a different gamer than me, right? Like the people that like Stalker Gamma, I think those are the same type of motherfuckers that like something like DayZ. Those are the same type of fuckers that like that one Roblox looking fucking free to play like open world survival game, There are people that want to put like hundreds of hours into a single game, and the gameplay portion of it is like what they're really enjoying. And that's just not me. I'm a story gamer. And I have never met a story that could keep me entertained and engaged for 200, 300 hours, right? Like an ideal story game is usually like up to 100 hours, I would say. And so yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not Stalker. It's an open world hardcore survival game that's like wearing the skin of the world of Stalker. But like it doesn't even go fully into the world of Stalker, because like the world of Stalker is so extremely rich with so much interesting lore, and it just strips a lot of that away. Like when I played through Stalker 1 through 3 before Stalker 2 came out, and I know that's a confusing sentence, but blame them, not me. Well, blame them for their weird naming scheme and shit, calling it fucking Stalker 2 instead of just Heart of Chernobyl. But when I played through 1 through 3, that was my takeaway. My takeaway was just like, I really like the story here. I like the factions. I like the intrigue. I like the mystery. But like the gameplay wasn't good. Like the gameplay is not great in Stalker games. It's really not. Like the shooting is not particularly fantastic. The AI is not very smart. Like a lot of the monsters and stuff like that, they have some unique mechanics, but like they're usually just bullet sponges, But like the fun of the game, at least for me, and the intrigue of the game was like figuring out the mystery of what the fuck is the zone, right? What is the zone? What's going on here? Why does nobody get to the center of the zone? What is going on? These massive blackouts, like unraveling that story is Stalker for me. And so to not have that and instead go entirely on the gameplay, which to be fair, by the way, Stalker Gamma overhauls the gameplay quite extensively to the point where I would say that the gameplay is significantly improved actually in Gamma. Like your guns shoot where they should, instead of like 1 through 3 Stalker where you aim here and your bullet goes here. If you know, if you've played the games, you'll understand. But yeah, it's definitely like it has good gameplay, but it's not what I play Stalker for, right? It's the exact same as if you were to take Fallout and you were to be one of those people that like fully mods Fallout 3 or New Vegas, right? And you have like 300 mods and you turn it into a tactical military sim, crazy, insane graphics and stuff. But then by doing that, you removed all of the quests and all of the story. And it's like, oh, isn't it so cool? It's all tactical and it's got sick ass combat and animations. And it's like, yeah, but it's not Fallout. You took out the Fallout in my Fallout game and you turned it into a fucking tactical mill sim slop. You know, it's like there's games for that. There are games that are for that, and not only are they for that, they do it better because they're made to do that. So I've just never really been too big into the like, oh, Zach, you gotta play Skyrim with this mod pack. It turns the game into a Diablo style ARPG. And it's like, okay, why wouldn't I just play an ARPG? Like, why would I want to play? Why would I want to play a Skyrim ARPG, you know, when I could just play an ARPG? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I've never understood this, like, we take a game and we mod it to be a completely different game. I'll just play a different game that's made to be that. Yeah, I played Chernobylite. I really, really like Chernobylite. It's very good, but the beginning is a little bit rough of Chernobylite. It's a game that gets a lot better the more you play it. Because there's a mechanic in Chernobylite because you're a scientist. And you're as you know, all of us scientists were pussies. And so you really don't want to kill people. Your character doesn't want to kill people. And when you kill people in Chernobylite, which it's just like Stalker, right? Or like Metro, where there's fucking monsters and there's bad guys and stuff like that. If you kill people, you take sanity damage. And you get all these different debuffs as you kill people. And so it's like this very annoying thing. And it makes like your screen like blurs and it's like, you know, it makes like a little like evil sound. Like, oh, I'm so evil. I'm going crazy. I killed the guy. So like the beginning of the game is really just you sneaking around trying to not kill anybody and like just like choking them out and putting them to sleep because you have to do non-lethal. That is until you get to the point in the game where you're rich on resources and you can easily craft these like antipsychotic pills that heal your sanity. And then the game just becomes way more fun because you're not penalized for fucking murdering bad guys. So you're going through and you're gunning them down. You're actually engaging with very fun gameplay. The gunplay is quite good. The weapon modification is quite good. And you're killing a bunch of dudes. And each time it's still like, you know, but then you're like, just popping your antipsychotic pills to combat it. And you're good. And then I think eventually, like they made it so you do get to a point where your character just gets used to killing people and you no longer lose sanity. Because it is like way more of an RPG than Stalker in those games. But it takes a while. Yeah, you're kind of playing as a soy boy. It's like a Far Cry 3, where Jason at the beginning of Fallout 3 kills somebody. Or not Fallout 3, Far Cry 3. He kills somebody. You know, he's like running away and he fights a dude and he stabs him or whatever. And he's just like, oh God, I just fucking killed someone, dude. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool to see that in a game. Because how many games do we play where somebody's never killed someone and then they kill someone and they're like, all right, next thing, right? It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But if he was to do that every time you killed someone in Far Cry 3, every time you fucking kill a dude, you shoot a fucking RPG into an outpost and it blows up a car and kills like 4 guys and he's just like, right? It would be like, okay, this is fucking annoying. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, Chernobylite does that. It's like every time you kill someone, your guy's just like, oh, the demons are encroaching in my mind. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm turning evil. And then, you just pop your pills and you're fine. Back to murder. So, yeah. Let Fallout get more variety of games, but they hold on the license. Yeah, they do. They do. I was just hearing, I think it was Loki, not the Loki in chat, but Loki, my buddy. I think he was just saying that, or maybe it was Josh, was saying that, apparently they're doing a New Vegas 2 or something along those lines. Like there's a very strong rumor of a New Vegas 2. And he's like, isn't that exciting? And I'm like, who's making it? Because if Bethesda's making it, no, that's not exciting. If someone else is making it, yippee, that's exciting. But, it's like, I want more Fallout games that Bethesda has nothing to do with, if possible. Annoyed me in Far Cry. I can't see myself feeling bad about killing a dude who is actively trying to kill me. Well, I mean, it happens. It definitely happens. Like once the shock and the adrenaline and stuff wear off, it happens. When I worked in forensics, I saw it several times. Like my first case I ever worked in forensics. I've talked about it before, but it was this girl. She was sitting on a bench. I think she was at a park. She was in public sitting at this bench, and a dude came up and tried robbing her and taking her stuff, and she was wrestling with him with her purse, and she reached in her purse and she had a handgun in her purse, and she fucking blammed him and killed him. And yeah, she was a fucking wreck, man. She was a damn travesty after that, and she's probably gonna deal with that, her whole life. Right? And then I had a couple cases that were self-defense cases where they were getting attacked, and one guy was getting attacked with a knife. Like, well, he wasn't getting attacked with a knife. They were in like a fight, if I remember right. They were in a fight. Things were getting physical. They like pushed each other and stuff. The guy pulled out a knife and was like making it clear on his intentions that he was going to kill him. And they were shit talking, so I think he probably said something. I don't remember the details very well. This is like way back in 2018. And the guy had a gun, and he drew the gun, and he shot the guy. He killed the guy. And because it was Nevada, he got off scot-free. Like he didn't have any legal repercussions or anything. But still, the guy was fucking like upset. He's like, "Oh my god, I just fucking killed someone!" Like, Jesus Christ, you're like, he's upset. It definitely wears on you. I'm sure Fuzz was in the chat. I'm sure he's seen it a million more times than I have, working as a cop for as long as he has. But it does mess with people, for sure. Man, woman, doesn't really matter. Like killing people. I didn't feel anything the first homeless person I killed, other than a little bit of euphoria, but I'm sure, a lot of people do. I'm sure a lot of people feel a little something. If Obsidian puts the team they put in Outer Worlds 2 on it, oh boy, I'll coom. I'm 100% with you, Pickle. I am. However, I think you're going to have a lot of naysayers online because it's like kind of cool to hate Obsidian now, and it's kind of cool to hate on Obsidian now. And so I think you'll probably get a lot of people being like, no, don't give Obsidian New Vegas because, they're not the same Obsidian that made Fallout New Vegas. And it's like, well, one, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Like, none of the teams are the same teams as games they made over a decade ago, right? But two, I think you you have to be really chugging the Kool-Aid to think that Obsidian actually makes like terrible games or something like that. Like, you have to really be chugging the Kool-Aid. I've heard people be like, oh, Obsidian is dead. Obsidian makes just like trash now. And it's like, brother, trash? Trash is the Gollum game. Trash is Redfall. Okay? Obsidian makes trash? That's crazy. Like, that is just objectively not true. That is just a crazy person statement. You should be put in a fucking psych ward. That is crazy. Maybe they don't make games as good as they used to. Okay? Maybe you think their games are average or not worth the price or whatever. And all of that, totally valid. But trash. Bro, you need to play more games if you've played an Obsidian game and thought it was on the level of fucking Gollum. Yeah, people do think a 5 out of 10 game is trash, yeah. Or people think like a 7 out of 10 game that's $70 is trash. And it's like, no, bro. It's still a 7 out of 10 game. It's just overpriced. You know? Those same people thought the new COD campaign was good. Yeah. I was wondering how stiff the shooting aspect was. They cleaned it up for Outer. The shooting in Outer Worlds 2 is much better. And the melee, I haven't done melee in this game, but the meleeing in Avowed was actually really good. My only problems with like the combat in Avowed was just that seeing the same animations over and over for 40-50 hours got a little repetitive. I think that they needed some more animations, but like you could say the same thing about almost any, you know, game of that category. Like, right. But like the combat felt way better in Avowed, the melee combat. I haven't meleeed in this game, so I can't speak on that front, but the gunplay in this feels way better. The amount of people I've seen say the new Little Nightmares is trash proves the point. It's short, but the gameplay's... Yeah. It's like, is Little Nightmares 3 as good as 1 or 2? No. Is it overpriced? It depends on how much money you make, honestly, like, or how frugal you are, your value proposition or whatever. You know, I have no idea. Witcher 3, the combat is great, but once you unlock Rend, you never use anything else. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I don't think the combat of Witcher 3 was that great. I'll be honest. I didn't think the combat was that great of Witcher 3. But also, to be fair, it's pretty book accurate, because in the books, when you're reading, it's like Geralt does a pirouette and he slices a dude 8 times across 4 tendons and 3 arteries, and it's just like, oh, okay, so this guy's just fucking OP. You know, like... He's always pirouetting. I swear to God, pirouette is probably the most used word in all of the Witcher novels. Like, they say pirouette 9 trillion times. Ciri's training, she's doing 17 pirouettes a second. Like, everyone's pirouetting. So, like, yeah, you know, it's fine. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with New Vegas. I love Obsidian. I think Obsidian's cooking. I think that it's amazing that they managed to put out 3 games this year with the size of their studio. Like, really think about that for a second, man. They put out Avowed at the beginning of the year. They put out Grounded 2 in the beginning of the year. And now they put out Outer Worlds 2. And they are not a big studio. They're not like super small indie studio, but like they're not that big of a studio. And they put out 2 AAA games and a game that's apparently very good that's in early access with Grounded too. Like they're kind of cooking. Witcher 1 gameplay is terrible. It's literally like a weird rhythm game. Have to pay attention to shit. It becomes much better on lower difficulties. Gwen and Swallow let you tank through everything and reduce the combat. The numbers. Yeah, I think I just liked Witcher 2 because Witcher 2 was like way harder and Witcher 2 was designed, I think, in a lot more lore accurate way where like you had to really you had to like really use your different like medicines and potions and tinctures and stuff like that before combat. That was kind of the cool thing about Witcher 2 was it was heavily based around like, oh yeah, you're going to go on a hunt for these dudes or these monsters or whatever. You need to meditate and you need to, you know, craft your potions and stuff like that and get ready for the fight. And yeah. You know. Yeah, Grounded is Obsidian. Yeah. And Grounded 1 is a phenomenal game from what I've heard. Biggest complaint from last I played it is no innovation in the game to set it apart from 1 that couldn't have just been a DLC. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I could see that. It's tough though, right? Because like you could say the same thing about The Forest. I feel like Forest and the Sons of the Forest, like a lot of those survival games, whenever you make a sequel, people are usually just like, yo, couldn't this have just been a DLC? It's like they're right, but you know. Yeah.
Tsar took office. To avoid undue attention, I remained in hiding. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Well, where the hell's that quest? Free Market Station. Golden Ridge. Okay, okay. Let's take Inez to the doctor. See what happens. And dodge giant raindrops and ride bees. Riding bees will come, right? Certainly, that will come. Giant raindrops would be sick, like flooding and stuff like that, and you have to like make your house flood proof or something. Josh says that he ate foil off of a pizza because his mom forgot to mention it got stuck. Oh, no, dude. I said, what a lame way to get sick. Oh, it's funny. I certainly can't take the lead. I don't know Baldur's Gate 3 nearly enough. Ask Oscar. Yeah, he's probably a pro of eating things you're not supposed to. Shit out the Tin Man. Apparently he's been vomiting because we're supposed to play our Baldur's Gate run in like 15 minutes. And he's feeling ill as a result. But yeah, I really like Obsidian, man. I glaze Obsidian on the daily. I feel no remorse for doing so. I think that they make great games, and that's about it.
Inez, have you
I
come
like
back
their
for
shit.
treatment?
I have not played a
I've
bad
got
game
just the
from them.
injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good.
I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my graft all the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law, I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there,
Who made 76?
He killed a friend of
Bethesda.
mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display,
Keyed battle
like a
state.
thing. I found the
Didn't you
doctor
say
in
you were
charge,
back on
still alive,
Tarkov?
cowering. I killed it and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all the...
Oh, Inez, I know you do.
Oh,
But with the
cut her
program
dialogue off.
officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery. His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
Based.
I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the
So it
flagship
was.
of Auntie's Choice.
I'm heading
I do
there
not
actually
know
for
where
another
exactly,
quest.
as I've never been. But it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything.
Interesting. Okay, with the router. Yeah, I saw that that Tiggs actually escaped from Tarkov. I saw the ending. I fucking hate the fact that like I actually thought it was very cool, and I did actually get emotional watching it and like actually seeing an end to this project that I've been beta testing since 2017, you know? Yeah, I know. He only got 1 of 4 endings, and apparently he got the bad ending. Apparently. But man, I fucking despise BSG and Nikita. To the point where I just cannot bring myself to go back and get that fucking bronze pocket watch again, bro. Like, yeah.
Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear?
I can't. I just can't bring myself to do it, dude. I've went through the same song and dance so many goddamn times.
We got the intel we need, Commander. The undisputed claims our destination. When we find Willard and stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer. Auntie had me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now.
Oh, shit.
Good thing I've already gotten started then. I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me
She wants
that
to wipe them
message.
all out.
He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere. But he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
If Nikita ever goes to E3, I'm gonna beat his ass. 9 years of getting the same pocket watch and marking the same tankers. Yeah. I don't take it personally. You know, it's definitely... I think to call Tarkov anything other than a bait and switch or false advertising is definitely being very kind to the game. The amount of features that just never came to the game that we were told way back when would come to the game. Just what the game is now versus what it was supposed to be. Like, you can literally look at gameplay from 2017 and look at gameplay from 1.0 now. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, it is hard to tell the difference. Like, you look at people walking through, like, customs. That shit is the exact same game. It's wild. But, yeah, it was supposed to be full open world. All the traders were supposed to be in the world. It was supposed to be way more like of an MMO. There was supposed to be radiation. There was supposed to be temperature regulation. There were supposed to be so many variables that are just like not in the game, never came to the game. There's supposed to be in an unconscious state where you could drag people around and get down but not out, and like so many things over the course of years and years and stuff. And I think probably the reason you take it personally, Loki, is because you put so much time into it. And for me, I saw the writing on the wall even after 2018, when the game really started to blow up with Twitch drops and stuff like that. I started to see the writing on the wall when they didn't want to move from Unity and the progress was so slow. And so for me, it's basically been something I've accepted for like a very long time, right? And that's why, even though I've owned the game since 2017, I only probably have like 700 or so hours in. If you count like SPT, I have more, but honestly, SPT is just a better game. Like, objectively, it's just a better game. The mods and stuff like that really can overhaul a lot of the facets of the game that need overhauling. So yeah, I find that the people that are like the most affected by it and like that took it the most personally, and the people that are the most angry about it, are like all of the people that have thousands of hours in the game. You know? And for me, I'm gonna be honest, my time is really valuable. Like, both from an objective standpoint for my career, but also from a personal standpoint. I actually value my time significantly more than like an hourly rate I'm paid or anything. Like, I value my time so much, and Tarkov was just one of those things that I never felt like it respected my time. I never felt respected. And the fact that every single competitor has came out and fixed issues that Tarkov still has is kind of just like everything that I personally need to know. Like, the fact that there's still 10-minute matching times is insane. When you play Arc Raiders, and it doesn't matter if you're solo, duo, or trios, and you get into a match like instantly. Psycho Frontier had like a couple thousand people playing towards the end, and you get into a match instantly. Hunt Showdown has like a few thousand people playing, and you get into a match like not instantly, but within like 1 or 2 minutes. You know? It's like every single game in the category is it's fixed all of the problems that Tarkov still has. So it's just been very clear to me, like, these guys aren't gonna respect my time. I'm just gonna not invest it. And even when I see stuff that's really cool, like the ending is really cool for Tarkov. The ending that happened. The ending is fucking awesome. When I think about how much of my time I would have to waste, I mean, we're talking not like, even like just from a money perspective, we're talking probably thousands, if not over $10,000 of my time that they're taking. If not tens of thousands of hours of my time, or tens of thousands of dollars worth of my time I would have to invest to get to a single ending in that game. On top of like the fact that I wouldn't be playing all of these other games that would just make me happier and I would enjoy more. It's just like my other, funny enough, his name is Loki. My buddy Loki was like, oh yeah, so you're ready to go back? I'm like, I will never go back to PvP Tarkov. Never. I will never do it. It doesn't matter how cool stuff looks. I will never do it because it's such a waste of my time. It is a black hole of your life. And my time is just too valuable. Is just the simple truth of the matter. It's just too valuable. None of the competitors make me feel like a king in the world, and then like I've been kicked in the nuts with a steel toe boot. Yeah, but it's a better use of your time. You know? It's just a better use of your time because you're supporting developers that actually care. You're supporting teams that actually like give a shit about you. They don't just see you as a wallet. You're supporting people that deserve to have their dreams supported, right? You're making a positive impact on the entire industry, on top of the fact that your time is being spent in just a better way. And so for me, that's why I will just I'm never going back to PvP Tarkov. If I ever go back to Tarkov, it'll be SPT or it'll be PvE. And you know, it'll be something I like very slowly work at, but at least then I don't have 10-minute matching times, and I don't have cheaters, and I don't have 5,000 plus hour dweebs. No offense, Loki, but that's what you are. You know, then I don't have any of that. Right, and that's why I play stuff like Arc Raiders or whatever. Where this fool, I'm ending stream. I'm ending stream. I didn't see if we're still doing it. But anyway, I gotta go do Baldur's Gate. Sorry, this stream wasn't particularly long, only an hour and a half. You guys take care, have a good one, and yeah, I'm gonna go play Baldur's Gate with the boys. We're continuing our honor mode run, so have a good one, take care. Hopefully the stream tomorrow will be a little bit longer, but hey, I never promised a long stream every day, just a stream every day. Okay, so it is what it is. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye bye.